What's going on? Is Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate y'all for continuing to rock with me. You see my girl Mika? Yeah, you see it? Chilling at the Pistons game, getting it in. It's gonna be a long night. Came into the club so I can kick it with y'all for a minute. Detroit politics is so weird. When I say politics, I'm not talking about politicians. I'm talking about the people in the streets, content creation, rappers, beef, all of that. And I've been very, very, very careful about how I navigate around the city. Let's be clear, like I just want to establish something real quick. And not to brag, just so I could kind of give you some idea of what it is that people have to deal with within the city, right? So I'm one of the biggest live streamers. Like last year I did over 100 million views on YouTube alone. No shorts, just on YouTube. So within Detroit, or from Detroit, I am one of the biggest content creators in the city, right? And that's like that ain't got nothing to do with rap or none of that, but it's just like straight up content creation. But then people ask me all the time, Anton, why don't you actually do any content with people in the city? And I do, but I'm very, very selective. And part of the reason that I'm selective is just because I don't want to get into no drama, no beef, none of that. When you getting into drama and beef, and I try to avoid that in general, but when you get into drama and beef with people outside the city, it's much different than getting into the politics, right? Because you don't know who don't like who. You don't want somebody coming on a platform and speaking ill of somebody else, and then they going negative or going south and stuff. So, it's just different when you moving within the city, when you in the city, when you going to different places and you interacting with people. And it's not that you think that anything is gonna happen, because you already gotta keep your head on a swivel just because you are, you might be a little bit significant, or, you got a little something. And so I think that it's this way around every single city, but let me add some more context. I want to give a shout out to all of the different rappers that's from the city, because the concert with 42 Doug and PZ and Vezo and all of the people, like the fact that they all come together and they figure it out to where it's no smoke, no beef amongst everybody, but they don't let people outside of the city come and divide them. You know what I'm saying? And that's sort of an inspiration, because back in the day, a while ago, the city was so divided to where you couldn't even really get on, or nobody was really messing with you until you went and got on outside the city. And then when you came back, it was almost like an obligation to make sure that you put somebody on from the city. And it's not like that no more. People just, it seems like for the most part, you always gonna have some crabs in the barrel, but for the most part, people just mess with each other. You know what I'm saying? They get money, they focus on celebrating, and even when they have disagreements, I'm gonna just say disagreements, not beef, but even when they have disagreements, it's not to the point to where you gonna know about it, right? They gonna have disagreements with each other, and eventually, hopefully, that junk get hammered out, but they don't air each other out anymore, and I just love that. I love that for the city. And so, for me, again, Detroit politics is very tricky, because I'm watching and I'm seeing stuff that's happening, and I'm even reluctant to even make this video and have this conversation, but I gotta speak my thoughts, because that's what I've always done on this platform in general. But I see people, I see my girl, what up, there she is. What's up, Mika? But I see people and I see how they moving in the city and stuff. And it's almost like, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like why would you be in a position to where you create chaos and problems and trouble for other people? It's weird to me, man. It's weird to me. And I even see people that got a platform in the city, and they interviewing other people from the city and stuff like that. And what happens is it turns into a situation where other people is now calling them culture vultures, or they don't like the fact that they having certain conversations or whatever, and all of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know, man. I'm just very careful. I'm very intentional, and I think that it's much easier to move around outside, like when you out of town or dealing with people out of town and stuff like that, than it is with dealing with people in the city, simply because everybody is so close. You know what I'm saying? And you only one person away, even if you don't know the person directly, because everybody is kind of interconnected. Even if you old school, new school, newer content creator or whatever, everybody is kind of interconnected, and we just don't speak ill on each other. You know what I'm saying? We don't let outsiders divide us. We don't go back and forth and make things difficult for ourselves, but we just very, very intentional with how it is that we moving. And so, you know, maybe I will. I'm thinking about really starting to get into working with more content creators from the city, because I love just celebrating people. I love putting people on. I love celebrating people. But at the same time, you know, I just got to be intentional and I got to be mindful, because I'm so focused on not being the one to mess up what's been built and what we've been working up to. It's almost like the city got the spotlight more than it had ever had it before since Motown. And you just want to win, you know what I'm saying? You want to focus on winning, you want to focus on running it up. And I just want people to continue to win. I don't want, man, look, man, don't let nobody, this is the thing that I want to say to y'all. Be very, very intentional, and don't let nobody come in between or start to set you up to fumble your bag. I'm going to just put it like that. You know, it's for me, it's not worth it. I think that things are better when we all on the same page and people want to see people get money. We much stronger together than we are apart. And just be careful, man, especially for you younger content creators. Yo, don't get into no confrontations. Leave that beef junk alone. Stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? And don't even, when you see stuff popping off, don't even insert yourself into certain conversations. Just remove yourself. Start to be very, very careful and very, very intentional. And I'm telling you, it's going to pay off in the long run. I know that they say that controversy and beef and all of that stuff, it pay off. It don't. It genuinely don't. Beef don't pay off. It's never beneficial. You know what I'm saying? And so I just want my young content creators to be very, very careful with how it is that they go about doing stuff, because it's not going to play out in your best interest if you get yourself in a situation that you can't get out of. And you can't control how other people react to you. That's the biggest thing. And so even if you have a disagreement with somebody, find a back channel, reach out to them, kick it with them. But all of that tough talk online, man, we too old for that. You know what I'm saying? That junk is dead. That's over. It's about getting money. It's about running up a bag. It's about being intentional. And all of this other stuff, that's for the birds, man. Always get money. Focus on the thing that's going to benefit you the most. Hey, how you doing, love? And get that bag, all right? I'm about to go back in here. I'm about to get some food. I'm going to enjoy life. I'm going to have a good time. And we're going to keep running it up. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.